67-year-old Terry Jones from Monty Python just got his 26-year-old lover pregnant.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of go to work. All right. Go get him, big guy.
He's 67 years old, and 3 years ago was diagnosed with bowel cancer.
Right. Now, that's his old wife, right?
Mm-hmm. Who is devastated by the news.
Of course. I'm going to have a different take on this. Is that the chick in the background?
Yes.
I wish they had a better picture of her. So she's 26 years old.
Yes. Anna Stordstrom.
Yeah, she's Swedish. Okay, but she's going to Oxford, right?
Yep.
Okay. So you got a hot, young Swedish wife now who's, obviously fairly smart going to Oxford. Mm-hmm. Where's the downside?
That's his lover, not wife.
Oh, yeah, new lover, even better. Mm-hmm. Where's the question?
I don't know. She's going to have the baby, and I don't know, like 3 years later, he's going to die.
Yeah, well, that's her problem, not his problem.
Oh, jeez. All right, next story.
No, hold up. Now, look. I get it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know when I see a story like that,
Mm-hmm.
I put myself in the aggrieved person's situation, mm-hmm. right? So I'm assuming like I get to be 67 and Wendy's 62, mm-hmm. and she decides, no, she'd be 60. And she decides, you know what, I'm going to run off with like a hot 26-year-old Italian guy, mm-hmm. right, with like a hairy chest and stuff. And I think, you know what, it really sucks. We spent our life together, we got a couple of kids, mm-hmm. and, instead of being schmoopy, she's running away with, Rico Suave over mm-hmm. here, right? And so I'd be pissed. But then there would be a part of me that would think like, she's trying to enjoy her life as much as possible before we kick the can. She's going to, no holds barred, maybe quicker than I would have. Mm-hmm. But wait a minute. Now, if I'm 74 and she's 67, mm-hmm. right? Oh, man, especially then, I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe you let her go.
You're insane, Cenk. I think that you talk a big talk.
No, I mean, you might be right about that. I'm not arguing mm-hmm. with that. And I get the other side of the coin. It's devastating, etc. But he's 67, man. He's going to die in a couple of years. And he has a shot at a 26-year-old Swedish girl. I just feel weird saying, no, don't do it. Mm-hmm. I feel like he's not, like, you want to get the most out of life? Mm-hmm. How do you bring him back? How do you say don't do it?
So basically, do whatever you want as long as you feel you're getting the most out of life, even though you're hurting others.
Well, it depends. I mean, there comes a day when I think you go to no holds barred. And I think he's at that day. And the question is, when do you go to it?
Yeah, you're ridiculous.
Okay, does anybody buying what I'm saying here? No?
Look, I just feel like he's being extremely selfish. He's hurt a lot of people, and he's going to have a child who's not going to have a father figure.
Yeah, that I'm not concerned about at all. You know why? Because if it wasn't for him, that child wouldn't exist anyway. Mm-hmm. So, cry me a river, kid. I mean, if he didn't do the selfish move, he wouldn't be alive. Mm-hmm. And then what will you be crying about?
You're ridiculous.
Am I being insane today?
I don't know. I just think it's selfish. I don't know. Personally, I think it's selfish.
It's definitely selfish. But on the other hand, you're gonna die, man. You're gonna die.
You're gonna die. So knock up a bunch of bitches, and it's all good.
I wouldn't call them bitches, but yeah.